Hello my gorgeous little love bugs out there, and welcome. It is time to go over my favorite fall palettes. Yes, that time of the year has finally come. I have a lot here and I wanted to add more, but I felt like it was getting excessive, so I had to narrow it down. But I'm going to go over all of them and give you some swatches and have you hear me say pumpkin, harvest, fall, autumn, and vibes a million times. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot of indie makeup, so if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. So it is fall time. Are you guys excited to just get overloaded on pumpkin spice and like cinnamon and maple and all that like harvest junk? Because I'm ready, okay? I love a good pumpkin spice latte and I love me a good fall color story palette. So I have 15 here, okay? And I could have probably shown you 20, 25 because I do have a big collection and there's so many palettes that give me fall vibes. But I try to narrow it down because I knew if I put too many, this video would get really long and give me more work to do. I also made sure to put only new palettes, like none that I have mentioned in my other fall palette videos, because I did one last year and the year before, so these are totally different palettes from both of those videos. But I'll link both of them below if you want some more fall palette inspiration and you just can't get enough. But before we get into this video, I just wanted to let you guys know I did film this eye look. In case you're wondering, I was trying to go for fall vibes, but I think I also captured Christmas vibes. But this is with the new Unearthly palette with Cheapo Gray, the collab. It is called Rudo Romai. I think it's pronounced that way. I'm not totally sure. But if that video is already up, I'll link it below and I'll put it up in the corner. If not, hit that notification bell so you're notified when it gets posted so you can see how I did this look. But I think now we should get into the palettes. I'm going to just pull it random. This is not in any particular order. I love all of these palettes. So the first one that I wanted to mention is the Adept Cosmetics Heather Austin palette. I looked at this and I was like, yes, this is giving me all the vibes and it's making me ready for fall. Like it has some berry in here, it has this like orangey burgundy shade, and then it has these greens. They're a little grungy. Then it has like these cool tone like taupey metallics. The formula from Adept Cosmetics is amazing, and I think Heather Austin did an amazing job with this palette. And this is just perfect to transition into fall with. Like I could see so many fun fall-y looks I could do with this, like especially this corner, like she paired them together so well. So I think this would be perfect for this time of year. And then the other one that I thought was amazing as well is the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Nocturnal palette. This is a grungy palette. I feel like all grungy palettes are just perfect for the fall season. But this has like this murky green, and the shade is called Murky as Green. So it has some berry tones, and then there's some pops of blue, but like this yellow mustardy corner here, if you could want to do like more of a nudie look, then you have these shades. If you want to do like a berry green look, that would be really cool. And I think the formula is really nice in here. I think this might be on pre-order. I know that you can still get this, like this wasn't like a limited edition product, but the formula is beautiful. Glaminatrix has amazing pigmented mattes, beautiful metallics. Some of them are dual chromes and shifty. It's just really gorgeous. Then I have the Mel Cosmetics Gemini palette. This is their re-release with like new packaging, but they've had this for some time now. They just finally brought it back. But I mean, this is a grungy lover's dream. If you just want to rock like these kind of tones all fall long, you could totally use this palette for that. There's depth in here. There's all these beautiful like olive shades. It's like murky greeny yellowy shade. I love it. And then you have some nudes too, so if you don't want to go extreme on the grunge vibe, you also have some nudes to like ground the look or tone it down. Formula is really nice in here. The melt mattes are like so pigmented and like blendable. You have to kind of go like in slowly because you can get the look to be super intense, super quick. And I think the metallics here are really pretty as well. Now, if you have like my skin tone or lighter, you may need to pull in some lighter shades to like use as an inner corner because these are all mid-tone and darker. But besides that, I think it's gorgeous and grungy and scrumptious. Then to appeal to my nudie lovers, now you can't get this palette anymore, but if you already have it, This is reminding you to pull it out, use it. It's that time of the year. But this is the Red Dragon palette from Unearthly. This was a collab with Judy, and she's more of a nudie lover from what I could see on her videos. And this was so autumnal. I love using that word. I feel so sophisticated when I say that. But this is more nudes. Then it has a little bit of green in here. It has a little fiery red if you want to get a little extra bold, because it is quite vivid. You have deeper tones and like reddish browns in here. And then there's one right here has like a shift to it to like green and like burgundy. Like this is very pretty and nice and calm down, but with a little bit of pop of color. It's like a neutral palette with a twist, and I just get all the fall vibes. And I think when she was talking about this, her goal was to make it more fall-y, like on the color story. So I think she did a really good job with that. Then going on to this Unearthly Cosmetics Fairy Frolic palette. This is colorful too, but I would say it's more on the muted end. And you could do something more neutral with this, like this mustard shade, this brown. Then you have like this deeper kind of copper gold. You could make a beautiful look with those. And then you have greens here too, like this beautiful green and this like yellowy green. I don't know, it's really pretty. And then if you wanted to switch it up, you could go more mauve-y and use like this kind of plummy mauve shade. I mean, there's a lot of options with this one as well, and it is more muted. So if you don't want like super in your face color, this would be a good option. And you know, Unearthly is an amazing brand, really good formula. And then another palette from Unearthly Cosmetics that also has more muted tones, and this was made to be for fall. It's called Fall Magic. I mean, it's a fall palette, okay? You got the foliage and everything in the background. And then there's the colors. This will also appeal, I think, to nudie lovers and people that like more muted colors. But I think this is like a good compromise between color lovers and neutral lovers. And the formula is beautiful in here. This is a very favorite of mine out of all my Unearthly palettes. The metallics are more softly pressed in here. They're super sparkly. Some are shifty. The mattes are really beautiful and soft and velvety. So you can get like kind of green. You can do a lot of like berry, mauve tones in here. And then you have like this taupey cashmere shade that you can mix with some of the like brown mattes to do like a more cool tone nudie look. And I just like this. And this shade too here. It's so beautiful. I'm fighting everything in me not to start swatching, but then I was like, wait, these two you have to see. I'm gonna have swatches. I mean, you guys have been seeing them already, but sometimes it's fun doing live swatches, right? Okay, I didn't do those justice. I actually think the cashmere shade might actually have like a purple shift to it. Ooh, I need to pull that out. I haven't used it in a while, and I love this guy. Now going on to another Unearthly palette. I mean, all of their palettes are usually grungy. Like, they're all fall palettes in my mind. Like, most of them could all pass for fall palettes. But this is the Poison Apple palette. Yes, we're getting a little dark with this one. But this is on the brighter side than like the Fairy Frolic palette. So if you're wanting a little bit more of a pop, you see how like this is muted and this is just a little bit brighter in the tones. So it has like this beautiful limey green, which is like my favorite shade to use in the inner corner. It has this like marigold yellow shade. Then it has some reds. You could get real Christmassy with this too. I think I created a Christmas look with this on my Instagram, with like the reds and the greens, from what I can remember, and I really liked it. And then it has like this deeper burgundy shade too. And I don't know, I just love Unearthly. They just do things so well. And I'm just a big fan. I'm sure you guys know that already if you've been watching my videos. But you see how they're just more muted tones, but there's a little bit more pop in this. And then it has like this more satiny red. This would be really good to transition into like the holiday, like Christmas season. Then this beautiful thing right here. This is a amazing palette. This was the collab with Unearthly and Angelica. This is the Heya palette. This too, I was like, okay, girl, she knew she wanted it to also work for fall with this color story. It has like these like kind of murky yellow tones here. It has greens, it has some pinky tones, and then it has like these smoky tones if you want to get a little bit more dark and dramatic. And I mean, Angelica is so good with her makeup, like her color stories, her combinations. She just creates the coolest mix of colors on her eyes, and she always makes beautiful palettes. Like the one from Kaleidos was also really beautiful, and I have that one as well. And I just think she does an amazing job. She just has a knack for color combinations, and I just love the murky tones in here. I love this row too a lot, and then you have like pinks too. Ooh, I need to play with this some more. It's been a while since I pulled this one out, and I can't wait. I'm gonna create something green or maybe smoky. I mean, I could do so much with this one too. And then this one, which is like a true grungy green, more browny green palette, but this is the Beaute Tropical Vibes palette. This was such a different take on a tropical palette. It was more inspired by like foliage, you know, like the forest and the ferns and all that, and I just adore it. I mean, you have so many beautiful like vivid pops here, and then all these different greeny tones. So you have all these olive shades, the browns in here lean greeny, then you have like this shade right here you can use to deepen up looks, and then you have some neon pops, and the metallics in here too are really pretty. This is the new formula from Beaute, and I think they did such a good job with their reformulation. I used to not like their older palettes because I felt like I had a harder time building up their mattes, but these mattes are pigmented, blendable, and the metallics are just so creamy. I just want to like cover my body in this. Yes, yes, we love those, don't we? But yes, this is a really good one. If you're more into just all grunge, like you want some grungy yellows and grungy greens, this is your go-to. And then I got another palette for my nudie lovers. I always think about you guys because I like a good old nude palette. And we want to have fall vibes too, even though we want something nude, right? So this is the Unearthly Cosmetics Leather and Lace palette. I think this is great. This was their take on a more nudie palette, but it has like these plummy like purple shades on here. It has like these warm browns. Then you got some, you know, olivey grungy shades. You got a black to make it a little bit more smoky. You have shades like this right here that can be an inner corner highlight. And I think this one, does this one have a shift to it? I mean, it's a nice like champagne-y shade. You have this more like, I guess it's like an orangey champagne. Then you have this beautiful purpley shade. I mean, they're all nice and beautiful. So you can go more warm brown nude, or you can get, you know, plummy, or you can mix them all together and just do something that is really fall. And I feel like purple is a fall color too, because a lot of places also have leaves that turn purple during the fall time. And I think people forget that sometimes. We usually focus on like the mustard shades, the greens, the murky shades. But I think berry tones are also fall. Like if you look at fall decor, they have a lot of ones that have like purple kind of mix into it. So this is really pretty. I mean, really, really good. Then the next palette I'm going to mention is actually on sale right now, and I think once they sell out of it, they're not going to restock it anymore. But this is the Nomad Haunted Europe palette. This was one of their coolest packaging. It's like a holographic picture, and it goes from like a lady, and then when you move it, it's like a cloaked lady holding like a skull. But this was like their like Halloween palette that was inspired by haunted places in Europe. So you know you're gonna have some good fall-y shades in here if we're going with that kind of color story. Look at this. There's so many options in this one too. It's got the purple tones, the greens, the, you know, warm browns. It has this beautiful pumpkin shade. Yes, pumpkins. I need that all in my life. I have little pumpkins everywhere in my house right now. But this also has like cool tones. It has a good range from depth to lighter shades. So you have your inner corner highlights. You've got everything that you need to create very autumnal looks. Yes, I'm a professional. But yes, this is a really good one. And then you can go nude if you want to. There's some muted colors in here. So it's very spooky and I like it. Then this one from Mel Cosmetics, which I may have mentioned this in other like favorites, like maybe a summer palette. But this one too is very pretty. I think I saw this on sale the last time I looked this up. It may still be on sale, but you could probably get a really good deal for this. Packaging, A1. The mirror, the little details is beautiful. And this one too has a lot of muted colors, but there are some pops like this Cheetah Orange, just like more vibrant orangey, almost leaning neon. And then you have like these sage and green shades. You got some like plummy purple burgundy shades, so you can do like something a little berry, a little green. You can get some pups in here. I do feel like if you have a lighter skin tone, you may still have to pull some lighter shades. Most of these lean mid-tone, and I don't think any of the mattes, even the lighter ones, are light enough to be in the inner corner. But this too, you can create a lot of very fall, harvesty kind of looks. You know, we can pull out our hot cider, we can get into our cozy sweater and pull out something and do so many good fall looks with this. If you were to take a shot every time I said fall, you might end up in the hospital. Like, that's this kind of video, okay? And then the next one, which I don't think you can get anymore. Yes, I think this is no longer available because this was the holiday collection from Unearthly last year. But this is the Smells Like Holiday Spirit palette. And I just used this in a video that should be going up soon. Like, I used the mattes in here. But I feel like this was really underrated from Unearthly. Like, I didn't see a lot of people talk about this, but I thought it was really pretty and a more fun, different take on a holiday palette. Like, it was more unexpected. I liked the plaid packaging, the emo chick, you know, with her plaid skirt and stuff and her little like beanie. I think it's cute. But this has like so many perfect tones for the fall time. You got the orange, you got some red, you got this yellow right here, you got some greens, you got a nice like deep brown. You have some interesting like cool tone shades in here, like this gray shade, you have this like kind of lavender, you have a beautiful lime green to use the inner corner highlight. I mean, come on, who doesn't want a lime green in their life? But you know, why am I trying to say you need this when it's no longer available? But this is reminding those of you that did buy this palette, you need to pull this out, give it some love. Just because it's a holiday themed palette doesn't mean you can't use it all year round. And this is perfect. Like, you could use this in the summer, fall, I mean any time of the year, but it gives me most, you know, of a fall harvest, you know, theming to me. And it was a holiday palette, so it makes sense. And the plaid too, come on, who doesn't want some plaid in their life, especially during the holidays? Then the last two palettes, which are both from Mel Cosmetics, and I love this brand. I think they make really cool color stories. Like, they give you every possible option that you could need in a palette, and they just line them up so well. So this is the Surge palette. Look at that. This can, you know, work all year round, but you have all these deep, colorful shades. You have some neons in here. You have all these beautiful metallics. You even have pastels in here, midtones. Like, you can just create so many completed looks. And either way you go, you have like color stories to work with. Like, you can go here, you can do something green, you can get, you know, real pumpkin here, you can get more like pinky berries, purpley, blue. Then you can get all into these grungy greens, or you can just switch it all up. Do whatever you want. But there's just so many options in here, and I just really think this screams fall because of like the tones and the layout and everything. Even the packaging kind of gives me like fall vibes. I think it's like a brick wall in the back. I don't know why, okay? This whole palette is for my fall babes. So I think this is a really good one. Blend Bunny has a really nice formula, both in their mattes and their metallics. And then the other one is the Primal Palette, which they just came out with this year. This is more primary colors, but still, I mean, I feel like most rainbow palettes are going to work for the fall season because you have your orange tones, your yellows, your greens. You got some berry tones in here. Then if you want to get a little bit more midnighty, you got these like deep, like kind of indigo blues. You have a matte white, a matte black. Now I do feel like the lighter mattes in here, you have to kind of build up a little more or use like a light base to get them to pop even more, because I feel like they were a little bit on the sheer side. But once you use like a base, you can kind of build them up and get it to be brighter. But overall, I still think this is really nice. There's no really light metallics, so if you like light metallics, you may need to pull in some other shades, since all the metallics here are more jewel tone and mid-tone. But I love me a good jewel tone metallic, so this one is also a really good option. So those are all the fall palettes that I wanted to mention, and I'm sure I repeated myself over and over and over, but this was all about fall palettes. So I'm gonna use all the fall words for every one of them, but this is just a reminder to all of you. If you already have some of these palettes, you have fall palettes in your life, okay? You don't need to go and buy some new ones, even though there's a lot of beautiful fall and like Halloween palettes coming out right now that are just pulling on my heartstrings and pulling on my pockets. But I do have a lot already in my life, so I would be good without buying any more. But these are all beautiful, so pull them out if you have some of them, or if you're looking for good options that are out there to pick up, all of these would be good ones to get. I mean, besides the ones that aren't available anymore, but most of them were available, so you can still get your hands on most of these palettes. But you guys will have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with some of the palettes that I picked, or like what is your favorite fall palettes and go-tos? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, you like a lot of fun colorful makeup content, you like a lot of things on eyeshadow palettes, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I'd love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will make sure to link all the palettes that are still available so you can find them for yourself in case you're interested in looking into them more. I will also link the makeup that I am wearing, and if the video is already posted where I did this makeup, I'll have that linked. I will also have my contact and my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_beauty. So if you want to see some different content, then please go over there. Join my Instagram fam. I would really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, supporting my channel, being amazing. I just hope you guys are having a wonderful fall start so far and enjoying some cooler weather wherever you are. But I'm just sending you all so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.